How are you guys? Oh, that's the way. Ah, whew. I think I can hear a koala or mating season. I think I can hear a buck here and there behind us in the bush. Anyway, I don't know. I don't even know why I'm making a video. I don't know. I've got a few pages. I've got a channel or two. But predominantly, I've been into motorsport, big time motorsport. You know, running car clubs. You know, creating events, meets, rah. It just goes on and on. It's a long time doing all this sort of stuff. Doing a good job of it and all that normal bullshit that goes with it. But you know, you grow and you move on. But happy doing all that, you know, and just out at Lakeside for those years and stuff at the racetrack, and you know, just got the greatest catalogue of footage and cars and people's cars that haven't really got out anywhere because there wasn't, you know, until I got there wasn't social media. I don't give a fuck what they say. So yeah, I've got like 28,000 images I still need to share on my page on my Facebook. So, you know, I'm going to keep cracking on with that, and I'm enjoying that because it's time well spent doing something that was very community based, and I loved it. But anyway, like, you know, the last 3.5 years, I've been studying it, hard studying a little bit of art, digital art mainly, and you know, I've been doing deep dive into, you know, into the Kooris, you know, into the Murris, the Indigenous, you know, and I've been studying the history, you know, and I've got to say, you know, it's a long time ago, and there's no one living today, but you know, with what I've studied, you know, I came out here from England as a 10-year-old, and I was shunted straight into Pinjarra, southwest little country town, primary school loaded with Indigenous, with Aboriginals. And yep, I'd probably seen 2 African people in my life. And when you won at a game of marbles, you generally didn't get your marble until you learn a few hard lessons. But they were good hard days, and you soon learn how to get along and how to multiculture in primary school in Australia, and it was a little bit of a rude awakening, but it was amazing. And I've always felt at one, or not Aboriginal, of course, but I've always felt at one around any of them. Love them. And when I say them, it's because they're not me, and I'm not them. But in saying that, there's been times where I've studied for weeks. I mean, like, I've studied stuff, and I've uncovered stuff, I've done stuff, I've found stuff, and you know, what can I say? I have no guilt, no even sense of guilt, but just a shameful history, and it's a deep shame to even not to carry. It's not mine to carry, but it's a shameful past. It's a shameful past, and you know, there was times when me and my son studying certain subjects. You know, we'd sleep for days. We'd sleep for days from the stress, and you know, So I just had this grand plan, you know. I wanted to do some stuff on that landscape, and you know, there's so many thin lines and so many crosshairs and split hairs, and there's just so much. Just from delving in a little, going a little bit harder, and just trying to trying to get a little bit of a foot in the door, and get a purpose within that, the activist side of things. But you know, there's so much history that's been here, obfuscated, hidden, lost, and it's hard for me to explain. But I just found that, you know, and the voice is fresh this year. You know, pretty much if you weren't at the Uluru Statement, and I know people that were, but if you weren't there, I'm so worn out. If you weren't there, like you had no clue what any of this is about until this year, and pretty much. And I had a great friend that was there, and yeah, I still didn't manage to sort of get any sort of lead on the full purpose of what that was about. But I understand. I think I understand it. You know, I understand why it needs to be voted down, and I understand how unfair this is. Regardless of Albanese and his obfuscation, you know, people within these parties that are doing within the scope of this voice, and the people on that side, these what they call elites, whatever, that's what they call them anyway. But you know, these people, regardless of you know, there's some arrogance there. There's some arrogance, and you know, they carry that arrogance, as we know, through those communities. There's just not enough done, but they'll still tell you the truth. They'll tell you, you know, they'll tell you voice, treaty, you know, they'll Makarata. They'll tell you. So you know, they're not. It's quite angry sometimes when it comes from in their stomach. But some of that mob, but. In saying that, yeah, they might come across a little sharp, but they just don't. They're not obfuscating. They're not. They're telling you when you ask. They're saying it. Whether they're being told to hide it since, it's out there, and that's the worst thing. You know, it's little man Albo's just selling everyone down. I don't know, and you know what? Just trying to get involved in just one region, and to help a little with a little bit of art. See if there's a bit of scope to discern what could be good on a universal level, rather than find something political in scope as such. And because I never pick sides. I'm not here to pick sides. I'm here to either do good or leave things alone. And so, you know, I just found in getting a little bit involved that, you know, the greatest thing that needs to happen is some of these, there's intergenerational blood ties that get some sour points on them, and, you know, there's a lot. I went into foster care before I was 10 years old, and you know, my two brothers, foster care, my sister, and even then, we didn't really have a family life before that. But I can honestly say that when we finally got back together, we no longer had any ties, any connection, any loyalties to each other. We just became estranged in the matter of less than a year, just under a year, and that's awful. That's still awful. So, you know, seeing that there's these conflicts within these groups is a little bit tragic. And you know, for me, it's not about picking a side. It's about can't someone just bang their heads together and they all just work out their own place within their group and get back to the greater fight. Because with this voice, it shows there's a bloody war going on. You know, and it is. You've got little tribal factions or whatever. You've got certain mobs that I've seen a couple myself, so I can say that. But you know, a little bit of infighting, a little bit of bitterness here and there, and you know, it's not that big a deal. Like both sides are pretty proactive, pretty astute, and pretty awesome, and it's just a much of a muchness. And it's like, bloody hell, get your shit together, work together. Because somebody's got to you guys have got to get together. Somebody's got to hold these fuckers to account. These fuckers, and I mean that. I don't mean it anyway in a slur, but fuck, you know, I love, you know, the program Black As, you know, with the white fella and the 3 or 4 black fellas. And Oppie, the cousin who's always trying to spear him because they're knocking his boat off. Well, you know, that mob's from out of Raminjaning, you know, and that place is a hellhole for anyone. It's an open air prison. It's just disgusting, and all this money's going in, and these communities are getting nothing. And so it's time. It's time. It's time these guys are all held accountable. There's Pearson, these other mob. They all need to be held accountable, and everyone needs to get together, because there's 2 sides to Aboriginal heart. One will do a stomping, one will just stomp on everyone, and the other will get some angst, but they need to come. You just need to get this done. And I'm just wrapped. I just can't believe, like, I'm not an authority on anything political with any of this stuff. I try not to. I just wonder why sometimes, and wonder why it can't be easier. But I just, you know, it's this is instead of like thinking one group's having a bit of a battle and this could go on for friggin' ever, and it's nuts because how are they ever going to achieve anything? Well, hang on. These guys now, it's time. There's, you know, it's almost like the bullshit. You know, it's like the aliens are coming. You know, you got to jump now. Ronald Reagan. You know, you've got to join up now, join forces, and take out. You know, for the greater good, for the greater good. And it's time. It's time to fucking take these elites out that have been running the show for 20 years, and just stealing from everybody's spirit. The sadness and the trauma that's going around, and you know, any victimhood is from. It's from this party side we're seeing, and it's disgusting. And every single other group below their socio-economic standing needs to get their shit together. Get together, please, and sort that out. Just think everyone will not panic. There'll be a sounder road forward, a pathway to good and greatness pretty much immediately. A need and a want, and it would be earned to move those fucking dinosaurs aside and put in some new some people with some big red hearts. And I think Australia will be able to straight away move on to the fact that this isn't a rort, and we can get back to where everyone can find a place without these extremists. I know they're on both sides of this argument, but these extremists that just can just see that it just feels like we are about to have some visitor on us that, quite frankly, we've all worked hard to try and avoid, like. So I don't even know. But anyway, this is my conversation. I'm bugging out, you know, like, and I'm only putting it out there. I don't I don't really have any associates, so, and it's been that way for a while, so it's just how it is. And so I'm not really saying this for any other reason. And there are people who watch my channel and have watched it for 18, 17 years. Some watch it because they're just nosy fuckers who I've probably banned from some car forum. Or you know, you always get those fucking nosy fuckers that are poking around the corner having a look, but never showing their face. But I don't care, because I don't, that shit. Anyway, so I just post up snippets and animals and stuff that comes to greet me, and little gifts from nature and observances. And nothing major, no big deal, no ego, no nothing, just little, life interactions, just, and but I think I just can't deal. I just cannot deal with it anymore. I'm getting with the work and the stress from trying to delve into finding a real chair on the historic storyline platform, and I'm just telling some real genuine, not clarifying facts, but telling some above board genuine versions of or genuine good solid rhetoric. No time with any information or videos or anything. We wanted to make, me and my son, and we wanted to do our own art, but at no point did we want to kick anyone in the head or come out like we knew better than anyone. But we were always very self-assured, because we've been doing lots of media for lots of years. We were just very self-assured that if you watched anything, if you're interested in a subject that we were going to cover, and you were interested in it and you had a look, you would not come away from it dumber than when you came to it, pretty much. There would be no confusion, nothing that would throw you on a tangent to find something to be false. And talk about work. I spent 3 years full time at home researching, creating topics, subject matter, writing chapter after chapter after chapter. I have one story there that I've been desperate to get out, and I've just lost it all. Like, this year has been the worst year of my life. It's probably already there, but it's about to be my birthday. I'm doing nothing, I know no one, but it's... So I just wanted to put this out because I'm making a change, and I'm doing it from today. And this year, I'm putting it out there. I only care about 4 women in the world. And this year, I've had my heart broken by 3 of them. And I don't know, it's the worst thing I've ever gone through in my life. It's so fucking bad. I honestly hope nobody affected is going through what I'm going through, because I never want to feel like this again. And I think I'd be terrified to ever even even interact on a level that was integral in any way anymore. Just be blow off talk. Yeah, mate. I just don't have. I just feel so broken, and so disappointed, and with myself. It's been a bit of a slog. What's going on in my life, and instead of trying to find a wonderful pathway through and come out the other end winning, and not me winning, better flow everywhere. That just everything just did not. The people I love the most in the world love me so much that they'd rather burn my world down and destroy me than allow me to find probably, I don't know what you call it, but like a universal peace. Peace that I was so grateful to find and so grateful for, and just consumed by how you can care so much and people can care that much, but get so desperate that they can be the opposite, and that can destroy everything, and anything on the horizon that was even good. Destroy that, destroy themselves. And my life has become a living hell. I can't breathe. And so I'm dust. My channels, my YouTube will close down. My race, my Mumblebees page and YouTube channel will inevitably be locked and shut down. I'll keep the car because I'll schedule once a month and keep my car page, but I think I'm just bugging out, Instagram bugging out. I've got to get off this. With what's happened this year, I haven't put one. I've got full scapping books and books. I've got A4 pads at home, just full of stories and literature and imagery and setups and formats and topics and of amazing Australian, Australian history, Aboriginal and Indigenous mythology, Aboriginal Indigenous warriors, celebrated and uncelebrated. The information, the depths, and the hours and hours and hours, and I just feel so fucking empty, and it's so. I just feel like I really wanted to be honourable and do something good, but I'm so attached to truth and all that. It's a hard thing. It's a hard thing for a lot of people to cope with. I learnt my lesson very early in life watching an episode of Fame where they got in trouble for telling little white lies to the teachers, covering each other's ass while they're smoking in the toilets, and so they all promised, Leroy and etc. all promised to not tell a lie for the rest of the day, a white lie. And within 15 minutes, they'd all lagged each other in different classrooms, and they were all in big trouble and they weren't getting along. So I learnt my lesson then. Just live in truth. But my words are pretty sharp, and I've got to learn to, I don't know, but I'm going to be bugging out and turning all my stuff off, trying to put some time into getting my dog, my puppy right, and getting nothing wrong with her, but get her trained up and beautiful and wonderful and amazing and super obedient. And maybe hopefully try and find a little bit more for my disabled brother every day to do. It's fucking freezing. So it's probably my birthday now. Not that I celebrate it. But, so I will go home because I'm freezing. Go to bed. And wake up tomorrow. Feed the guinea pigs, feed the puppy, feed my magpies. Oh, well, show them some yummy food so they can go looking for good stuff. And I'm going to start sorting out and filing all my studies and just put it all away. Turn this bloody computer off and get off the bloody internet because it's made my life an absolute fucking misery, and I'm just so sorry for what I've done, what's happened to me, what I'm just can't believe. I just can't believe I may as well be the shoddiest fucker around, and it's just fucking crazy. Mr. Plover, do you mind? I just don't understand. But I've learnt so much. And it's not all for the better, because I'm fucking terrified. People, I was terrified being alone before. Now I'm terrified of talking to anyone. I don't know, it's real, but I'm just going to hopefully come out of it all right at the other end, whenever that is. So anyone that does enjoy my stuff, I apologise, and yeah, just a dude, just a 50-odd-year-old bloke fucking raving on about rubbish because he's fucked everything. With every intention to not actually fuck anything. So maybe this is just my lot. Really was hoping to just wake up and enjoy witnessing. Just enjoy being a witness. And now, that is exactly what I will try to attain in these troubled, dark times. And until next time, may the wind be at your back, and may the road rise up to meet you. And God bless.